A real go at this one. A great little motor.
Very, very genuine car.
Your ideal runabout. With this one, you can say goodbye to bus fare blues.
Very, very clean car. Ideal for the first-time buyer.
First-time buyer? Go away. I had one of these years ago. First car I ever had.
Hey, well, in that case, you will know. A big-hearted car, a real trier.
Oh, yeah. They're a great car. You love your first one, don't you? I had one of them leopard skin covers in the back seat. The birds would go mad over it.
Yeah, well, driving this one, Chief, be like recapturing your lost youth.
Yeah. I had it for 10 years. Ran it into the ground. Totally knackered it was. I had to get a mate to want me to push it into the scrapyard. Hey, you know, I can even remember the registration number. You never forget the first one. 799 UTJ. Wait a minute. This is it!
The minute you walked in here, I knew you was a troublemaker. The type who starts agitating about logbooks and MOT tests.
I scrapped that car in 1976 and it was an owl wreck. Then!
Don't reproach yourself, sir. I mean, all right, so you let a vintage car slip through your fingers, but here it is, lovingly restored to near me.
You're a pair of cowboys. And a pair of cowboys!
Hey, what about you and your leopard skin seat covers, eh? Fair play for leopards. Typical of our luck, Cyril.
Chance in a million, Wes. Not likely to happen again. Most of the people who had these first must be all dead by now. Wesley McGregor Esquire. The Wesley McGregor Group of Companies. Wesley McGregor House. I think this one's for you, Wes.
I'll tell you something, Cyril. If this recession doesn't bottom out soon, we are in dead trouble. I mean, let's face it. How many other car dealers had to come to work this morning on the bus?
Hey, no time's as bad, Wes. I mean, one letter. I remember when you used to have 5, 6 letters a day rolling in from world statesmen. Fidel Castro, Yasser Arafat, David Frost.
Yeah.
Where are they now? The giants of yesteryear?
Ah, TV. It's tore the arse out of the world statesman's game, Cyril. They're all sat goggling at the box instead of getting down to the correspondence. Mao Zedong now. He wrote a lovely letter. And the stamps were nice as well.
Yeah. You never hear from that Lord Lucan now, do you? What if he's still in Morecambe? He must have had some pull to get that job in the deck chairs.
How Shazam, we have liftoff. It's from Transcontinental Holdings.
Who that?
Finances, Cyril, money men. Oh, boy, this is the big one, Cyril. I have struck the gusher.
Yeah?
Well, they had this advert in the Financial Chronicle. It's like the melody maker of the business world, seeking profitable partnership situations with dynamic executives of proven ability. Oh, Cyril.
Oh, don't keep going on. You sound like Glyn is studying a bridal wear catalogue.
This is from one of their top men, Cyril, Irving Sternberg. He's here in the UK, and he wants to come to Liverpool, and he wants to meet me. To institute discussions of mutual benefit.
What game are they in this lot?
Oh, Cyril, they do takeovers, mergers, buying and selling in millions. It's a world you know nothing about.
Yeah, well, I know one thing. I bet they don't give nothing away. No disrespect, Wes. You write a nice letter. But when he gets to meet you and susses out you've barely enough in your pockets to stop your trouser legs from flapping about in the windy day.
He won't. It's all front, it's all confidence, Cyril. I am going to seize the initiative. For a kick-off, I will meet him at Lime Street Station in my limo.
What, in your limo? In case you hadn't noticed, the Humber is standing on 4 piles of bricks. What else have we got? The Sunbeam, that's your best bet. If you sit behind the wheel and make engine noises, you might not notice I'm round the back.
Cyril, if you want to be big time, you have to think big. I shall borrow a limo.
Who are you ringing?
Balmoral Motors.
The Rolls-Royce dealers. They wouldn't give you the length of a windscreen wiper, never mind a motor.
Balmoral Motors. This is the Abu Dhabi consulate here. His Excellency wishes to take a test drive.
Here they come.
Be brilliant, Cyril.
You do your stuff, sunshine, and I'll do mine. Go, go, go. Balmoral Motors. You're 3/4 of a minute late, Chief. That might be all right round here. But if we was in Abu Dhabi, you'd chop out the hands off your watch for that.
I beg your pardon.
Well, as soon as asked.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Peace be with you.
What are you doing?
I'm going to take His Excellency on a test drive.
Are you mad? You can't get in the same car as him.
Why not?
Why not? Because you're unclean, mate. That's why not. What religion are you?
Church of England.
Well, yeah, I see. That's what I was until the chance of this job came up.
All the same.
Look,
I had-
son, do I have to spell it out for you? The only way you can get in the same car as His Excellency is if you're circumcised. Now, if you can show me...
no.
I had to have it. It's bloody painful. That's the way they do it. Now, you just wait here, and I'll twinkle His Excellency around the block a time or two. Cool. Wish I had your job. Nice, eh? Just stood there waiting for your commission. Talk about easy money.
Mr. Sternberg,
Mr. McGregor, I have to tell you, sir, I truly appreciate this courtesy.
don't mention your old boy. Where are you staying?
The S04E03 Hotel. They tell me that's the best I can do in this neck of the woods.
It'll be a pleasure to drop you off.
Okay.
Right, Cyril, chop chop.
Right.
Here you go, Chief. All yours.
But where's His Excellency?
Eh? Oh, blimey, he's sulking again. Did you ever see that film on television, Arabian Nights? He's in here. Anything upsets them, they vanish into a bottle. That's why they don't like alcohol, you know. They're frightened they might get chucked out with the empties. And they say British craftsmanship is dead. Hi, Wes. How's it go?
Oh, Cyril, hey, it's a different world. Mr. Sternberg, a great guy. We sat there in the lounge of the Adelphi, having afternoon tea from a silver teapot. Oh, Cyril, so near and yet so far.
You mean you had the chance to whip a silver teapot and you flubbed it?
Well, that just about sums you up, Cyril. Small time. I am on the brink of riches. Mr. Sternberg thinks I am just the sort of bloke he needs to help him locate and exploit inefficient enterprises with unrealised potential.
That's nice.
He says I have everything transcontinental holdings demand in their partners. Brains, drive, flair, vision. It's not enough, Cyril.
Not enough. What more does he want? I tell you, if that little lot doesn't satisfy him, must be a woman he's after.
Money, Cyril. That's what he's after. If you've already got it, they give you more. To them that have shall be given. They only trust you if you're already rolling in it. OK, so I made an impression with the limo, but it's not enough, Cyril. I need more. I need to lavish hospitality on him.
Yeah, all right. We'll bring him back home then. We'll make a nice of it. Send Glennis out for fish and chips, get a crate of ale in.
Bring him to the flats. Have him toil up 11 flights of stairs because the lift's ruptured. Oh, yeah, that'll give him great confidence in my financial status, Cyril. You don't use your brains, that's your trouble. You've got no ambition.
Something a bit different for your teas tonight. Crunchy oxtail in batter. Mr. Shah's done a deal with the cat's meat factory. They don't like using the oxtails, you see, because they clog the machines up.
The cat's meat factory. Ma'am, that meat there, it's condemned. It's from old cows would have dropped down dead.
Bollocks.
No, this is right, Wes. A butcher told me.
Tails is safe, though, Cyril, and I had that from an expert. When an animal's poorly, he said, the tail stays healthy, the last. He knew what I was talking about, Mr. Roster, and he kept that pet shop spotless. When everybody else's hamsters was dropping like flies, his was always the last to go. Hey, tell you who come into the calf today? That Billy Muldoon.
Who?
Oh, you know, him that was always drunk in the Blue Cockatoo. And then about 6 years ago, he started seeing things and they put him away.
Oh, yeah, I remember. He come running the club, shouting, little men were chasing him, shouting, keep them off me, keep them off me.
Yeah, I would have let him out again. Turns out there were little men chasing him. He run out of a Chinese chip shop without paying. It's right what they say, Glennis. There's always somebody worse off than yourself.
That's true. Cyril, are you in a good mood?
Why?
I want to ask you something. How do you feel about children?
Oh, God, Glennis! Trust you! There's something going about you after forfeit. I said to keep wriggling, didn't I?
I am talking about babysitting. You know my friend Justine, she babysits for these people in Egbert, you see. Only she's poorly, so she thought you and me might...
Nah, it's asking for trouble, innit? They're riddled with diseases, kids. Measles, whooping cough. The chicken poxed up to the eyeballs, half of them.
Justine says it's a lovely big house. They've got a video and a snooker table.
Glenn, I don't care if they've got fruit machines.
And they don't mind if you have a drink. And there's a lovely big settee. And...
Glenn, we're not going.
Hallelujah, it's a miracle! A big house and the run of it for the evening. Cyril, you are going babysitting.
You'll read Dominic a story, won't you? Because he has to have a story at bedtime. He's very highly strung, and feel free to make yourselves a cup of tea.
Don't you fret, Flower. We'll make ourselves at home. And don't you rush back neither. You stay out and have a good drink.
Come on, Sybil. You'll have it dark.
For God's sake, Vernon, don't nag.
If by highly strung she means what I think she means, the kid'll be highly strung, all right. The London Bannisters.
And if you ask me, the girl's not all there.
Give her.
You only have to look at him. Degenerate. Criminal type, if ever I saw one.
Sybil, you say the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Have a nice time.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. OK, Wes.
I mean, I thought she was going to stand there wittering all night. Ma'am, Mr. Stanley. Oh, this is great. Magic. Mr. Sternberg spends an evening here with me and my dear old mam and my faithful household staff. And after that, I am firmly fixed in his head as a man of substance. I would just like to say now a big thank you to all of you. You and our Cyril, man, well, that's to be expected from my own family. But you, Glennis, I mean, coming here to be like my housemate, well, all I can say is it's above and beyond the call of friendship.
Well, the thing is, Wesley, I feel like I'm family too. And if Cyril would just stop prevaricating and bobbing and weaving and get the wedding organised, I would be family, wouldn't I?
Oh, you don't miss a chance, do you? Moan, 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 whinge, whinge, whinge.
Oh, you know, when I hear you two bickering, well, I know you're only engaged, but it's like you was married already. Well, in the eyes of God, you are married, aren't you?
I am fed up of being married in the eyes of God. It's high time I was married in the eyes of the woman on the coop meats counter at Tesco's.
And you, Mr. Stanley, coming here to be my butler, well, what can I say?
Well, you could mention money. That's always nice.
And there will be money, Mr. Stanley. As soon as my ship comes in, you will be the first aboard, I promise you.
Well, if we're going to give Mr. Sternberg a good old knees up, let's get the mood going, eh?
Cyril, I'm afraid you can't be in on a Junkerton tonight.
Hey, why not?
Because you'd always show yourself up. That's why not.
Well, no, that's not it. That's true, but that's not the reason. No, Mr. Sternberg's seen you as my chauffeur, Cyril. And us tycoons, we can't be seen sitting round the lounge hobnobbing with our chauffeurs. Now, you must be able to see that.
I also see a nasty little glimpse of what you're going to be like when you get rich. I won't be good enough for you then, will I?
Oh, don't be silly, Cyril. You're not good enough for me now, but I don't know that against you, do I?
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Hey, look. They got fruit in the house. Somebody must have been poorly.
Hey, Wes, what about me mum? Now, she'll definitely show you up, won't she?
No, that's okay for the image, Cyril. Local boy from humble background makes good, yeah, but still proud of his dear old mam.
Wes, you are an artist.
Taxi coming, Wes.
That's him. Mr. Stanley, start butling. Glennis, you know what's wanted. Cyril, evaporate. I tell you what, get upstairs and keep the kid happy. Go ahead. Ma'am, I want you to just enjoy yourself tonight. And bear in mind, we've got bags of money, because before too long, we really will have bags of money.
Oh, Wesley, when you said that, I could just hear your father talking. He was very determined, just like you. When once he'd set his mind to something, there wasn't a gas meter in the world could stand up to him.
Mr. Sternberg, sir.
Irving, nice of you to come.
No. Real nice of you to ask me. You know, when I came over here, I was expecting you Britishers to be real standoffish, but this hospitality, it's like a fairy tale.
And the baby second-hand car dealer, he said, somebody's been turning the clock back on my motor too. And the wicked magistrate, he said, yes, and I bet I know who it was and all. You will all be locked up inside Walton Jail. And the cruel policeman, he was coming to seize them. When the baby second-hand car dealer, he remembered what the wise old robber had told him. So he said the magic words, and his fairy probation officer come and waved his magic wand and got them all bound over. And they all lived happily ever after in a gingerbread house. It was a council gingerbread house, but they was too proud to pay any rent because they was all descended from kings, you see.
What have we here?
It's also like food.
A kind of local delicacy round here, Irving. Essentially, it's savoury viands encased in pastry and lightly baked and cut up into appetizing, bite-sized morsels.
Wow.
Steak and kidneys, sir. Meat and tater.
Yes. Oh, thank you so very much. Yeah. Wesley, tell me, what's the score on help on this side of the water? Are servants easy to get?
Well, some of them are a lot easier to get than others.
Well, I was never easy to get. And if Cyril says it was, he's lying. It was our second night out.
OK, Glennis, thank you. I think me mum wants some grub.
A gentleman such as yourself, sir, still in the prime of life, far from home, alone in a big city. You'll be looking for a little sophisticated nightlife, I shouldn't wonder.
Oh, yes, that could be.
Can I recommend the Blue Cockatoo nightclub, sir? Very discreet, and they can't do enough for the big spender. And if it's sophisticated conversation you require, just ask for Faye.
Faye?
Very pro-American, sir, always has been. During the war, she had her name painted on more bombs than Adolf Hitler.
Don't be shy, ma'am. Come and have a chat with Mr. Sternberg.
Truly elegant home you have here, Mrs. McGregor. I guess you must entertain a good deal,
Well, I used to. At the Horse and Jockey, mostly. High kicking, that was my speciality. The fellas used to balance a pint of beer on their heads and egg me on to kick it off. Don't get asked to do it so much nowadays. I don't know why, because I can still get my leg up. Beer costs a lot more, I expect that's it.
Mr. Sternberg means entertaining here at home, ma'am. We don't do a lot, Irving. Business, that's my idea of fun.
You never married?
No, not ours. Never married, have you, love? Like his father there.
Oh, you must be real proud of your boy, Mrs. McGregor, to have done so well so young. Now, tell me, I've been admiring your pictures. Isn't that Van Gogh?
Yeah. The singing coal man, they call him. Now, he was always ready to stand up in the pub of a Friday night and give him a song.
Not Vincent Van Gogh, surely.
Yeah, Vincent, that was his name.
Actually, ma'am, I don't think he came from round here.
I never said he come from round here. Where was it he did come from?
Holland, I guess.
That's right. Up Holland, over Wigan way. But he had digs in Brierley Street.
No, hold on there. We talking about the same fella. This guy cut his ear off.
And no wonder. His landlady was a hard-faced cow. She said to him, I hope you've got a good memory for faces. He said, why? And she said, 'cause there's no shaving mirror in your room.
This is fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, my word, surely that's a constable.
See, the thing is, Dominic, nothing comes easy in life. You've got to practice. But there you are, you see. Look. Now then, you have a go. Put it back in. Tell you what, let's load it up a bit first. Then we can get a better feel for it. Now, here's a useful tip. Always leave a coin or two inside, just in case some interfering busybody gives it a test and rattle. Now, it's the same with birds' eggs. Same with your mum's handbag. It's all the same principle.
Wait.
You don't know much, do you? Don't they teach you nothing at school?
You and your women's intuition.
In business, Mrs. McGregor, you have to be a very shrewd judge of character. There are so many rip-off merchants about nowadays you would not believe.
Absolutely.
You'll lunch with me tomorrow, Wesley, and we'll finalize our arrangements then. In the meantime, let me give you a toast. Here's to a profitable future ahead of us.
To the profitable future ahead of us. Possibly behind us.
I heard him mention a shotgun.
Well, it's hardly surprising, is it?
Oh, God! Someone's coming! It's Mr. Sternberg.
That mad bugger. He'll kill somebody with that shotgun.
Now, Mr. Sternberg, there's a simple explanation for all this. Hey, what happened to the American accent?
Don't be a twit all your life, sunshine.
You swine! You want locking up!
Here comes Billago.
What is this world coming to, Cyril? There is nobody you can trust.
Come on, Wes. Chop, chop.
All my efforts, all my scheming, all my brilliance, all for nothing.
Oh, stop moaning. You've lost nothing. What about me?
What are you on about?
That kid, Dominic. Still got 44 pence of mine in his soppy money box.